Given the kind of youth involvement in illicit drugs in Nigeria, it will soon become a pandemic if some drastic actions are not taken. So, and I really appreciate all the agencies that come together to provide solutions, at least to put a peg in the ground and have a starting point that we all agree that we should start reversing the trend. We should start giving people, youth opportunities to engage them in different activities that will make them look away from the menace of drugs. A rehabilitation process that will not stigmatize them, and community support that people will really check on the people that have been affected by this illicit drug use, one-on-one encouragement, grassroots outreach, the NGOs, the church program, the mosque programs that will help our youth to engage in positive activities other than just smoking or taking all these illicit drugs.
Our agencies role safety role in this type of meeting is on the safety side. That for the youths to be future leaders of tomorrow, we all need to ensure their safety, and they need to ensure their safety too. Because movement from one place to another is a must, it's compulsory, and because they need to move. Majority of the age cadre dying on the road with road traffic crash are the youths from the age of 15 to the age of 45. And if we continue the trend without intervention, then there will be no future tomorrow. And to ensure that, the youths need to be aware of their environment, to obey traffic rules and regulations, and to make the road safe, so that we can have a future.
It's important to understand that even young people have a role in playing when it comes to society, changing the society. And what I mean by that is the change we're trying to build starts even from young people. Your background doesn't give you a reason for your back to be on the ground, and then you start engaging in drugs and all of that. The problem with drugs is it doesn't solve the problem. It only elevates the way you feel about your circumstances. Nigeria's problem is great, truly, but young people need to take responsibility, and young people need to find resilience, to build resilience, to come against the adverse effects they face every day, and begin to build strength from it and become better people, and then the society can become better, and Nigeria at large can become a better place for everyone of us.
Event. It's an event that has been yearning for in Nigerian context. These are collection of the youth. These are collection of individuals that are preaching for peace in Nigeria and safety. You cannot do anything without involving security. So securing life is paramount in the government and in practice of Nigeria. So it is very important and timely. I'm very happy for having participated in this program today. I am not of that perspective. I believe that from diverse culture, diverse ethnicity is targeting towards a new culture, new environment, and new context. It's all about perspective. So from my own angle, it is not the problem of Nigeria. It is the problem of understanding, cooperation, and unity and practice in peace. For the former PCC member, I believe that Asiwaju will get it right. I believe that his coming is going to rejuvenate the Nigerian belief as unity in progress. And from most of his administrative lineup, it is of good positive. It is good and of positive perspective. So I believe that the 29th of May, while the transition is coming up, a lot of things are going to change.
The problem of drugs in Nigeria is actually growing at a pace that a lot of people do not understand. And it has gone down to even the basic level in the primary school. You know, even in the schools, some of these primary schools and secondary schools that are in the interior, they still have pit latrines, and children go to sniff to sniff toilets. So if a problem has gone down to the basics, to the level of, school children at the primary level, it's a serious problem. And look at from the seizures that NDLA has made in the last few months under General Marwa, you see that it's a huge problem. All manner of drugs, loud, just name it. Not just cocaine. The poor people don't have access to cocaine. That's for rich people. But even the one that these boys are doing is terrible. And one thing I want to say is that our music industry seems to be contributing, and it's heartbreaking. If you listen to the lyrics, the wordings of some of these our artists that are trending, they are terrible words. And these words are literally driving the youth, go and do drugs and then rape and all those kind of things. And maybe because we don't speak one language and some people don't really understand what these wordings mean. And that's why you know that in the southwest and the north and the east, everywhere, it transcends tribes and culture. And we really need to keep up the enlightenment.
And that is why I said I'm very happy to partake in this program today, because it's about these drugs and the habituated people is number one thing that we need to deal with in our societies and country, particularly Nigeria here, is going horrible, and I think we need an action towards it, mostly from our governments and individuals. I'm very, just as an awardee, as part of the awardee, I'm very happy, and I think my impact to the people around me and at home will be different, and I will also pass the message across to let them know that being addicted to drugs and being addicted to any drinks is prohibited in our country, and they have to stop.
Yeah. This award means a lot to me. I'm happy to be here today. I'm happy to be part of this event, and honestly speaking, I would like to appreciate the organizers of this event for counting me honor to be among those who will be awarded today. So this award is a kind of big win to me. I will also use this medium to thank the organizers for the award being given to me today. What I would say to the youth is that drugs has a lot of damage on our society, the present society. There are a lot of youth with good skills, with good gifts, but when you go into drugs, it's destroy the input, the gift which they have in them. So my advice for every youth out there, whatsoever you want to be or whatsoever you want to achieve, you must not mix it with drugs. Because some of them feel like that is the source of inspiration. Some feel they can't do it without drugs. But the truth is, it's only going to damage what you have in you. It's going to make you do what is not supposed to be done, because when you are induced by drugs, you might end up doing the abnormal instead of doing the normal stuff.
Basically, this program is being put in place to help in checking both drug demand and drug supply reduction. And why are we interested in this? Here we are in a society where you see people go to schools and sell candies made out of Indian hemp. You see people make biscuits out of drugs for children. So if you say it is demand reduction alone, it will not be good enough. We are talking about supply, where the victims are not even aware of what they are consuming. So in this case, we have decided to collaborate with various agencies on this issue. And the result we seek to get is to create a ripple effect on what we are doing here today, to go down as far as the 36 states, if possible to secondary schools, universities, to be able to help in reducing the usage of illicit drugs. And most importantly, we have found interesting that as an organized group, we have the reach more than the statutory bodies that is set up by the government to do this. Why am I saying this? If you look at the population of the military, the paramilitary, and other agencies required, their number is not enough. Except there is a collaboration and synergy with organizations like ours, the race to ending illicit drug is a bit far.
Looking at the percentage of the youth that now take illicit drug, we now discover that it has even gotten to the extent of primary school. Before now, it is something of tertiary institution and the class that have graduated and the working class. And we discover that the more usage of this drug is causing more harm and danger in our society, which has actually increased the rate of criminal activities. So this program is meant to raise a communique that will map out the strategies that will make Nigerian youth to work with the NDLA and other security agencies of the country and see how we run an effective program across the 36 states and the 774 local governments, educating our youth, engaging our youth, having a follow-back feedback that will also present back to the government on solutions and way forward. And by the grace of God, this program today, just like you've all seen, different representatives from across the 36 states are on ground. The message right now directly goes to the NDLA chairman and Nigerian government at large, that they should see need, why they should work effectively with CONYSSA to be able to push this sensitization program across every nooks and cranny of this country.
To achieve what?
To achieve a sensitized society where our youth will see hard drug as something that is dangerous to their health and actions that will lead them to where they ought not to, because two things are involved. When you take illicit drug, you can commit a crime that you never intended to commit. So automatically it pushes you where you ought not to. Then secondly, it tarnishes your image as a person. Because when you take illicit drug, one, you misbehave. And when you misbehave, when anybody see you outside there, they point at you that is that young man that got drunk or took codeine and was misbehaving in the society.